Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and this one is gonna be a little bit of like a helpful type of post, and I am gonna show you why you shouldn't have traded GameStop or follow TikTok trends or any of this, because I've just seen a TikTok and the guy just showed me he lost so much money in the GameStop because he bought all the way up here, right? And he's just down like I don't even know, but yeah, I'm just gonna show you why. So we obviously saw GameStop was pretty stagnant here, right? And then what we started seeing here is the reclamation of this 5-day moving average with this 20-day, right? And this is where the pump started. So it started around May 2nd, right? And you can see the more volume coming in here as well compared, if you look right here, right? Basically not much volume compared to May 2nd, May 3rd, okay? So that's when the pump actually started. So people that are promoting to buy GameStop, right? Etc. and pump the stock, we're gonna make hedge funds lose all their money. They bought in here. They bought in May 3rd, right? Or May 2nd, right? And then so partially they sold their positions right here, right? And then when they see this, right, they're like buy more game, and that's when this is when it's went viral, okay? So retail investors, so the people who originally entered are here, sold off some here, right? Then they're risk free at this point. This shit can drop right here, and they can still close out even, right? Now, this is when the retail investors start pouring their money, right? And then again, we open right here, right? And retail investors are like, oh, I'm missing out, right? So then we close up right here, right? They enter right here. Guess what? We jump down right there. A lot of panic selling, right? Then we jump up again right here, right? A lot of panic buying, fear of missing out. Then guess what? We dump back all the way right here, right? So guess what? Who was in safe all the time, throughout all time? These people right here that bought in May 2nd and May 3rd. They were the ones who orchestrated the pump, and they did this to take advantage of the retail investors, not to cause harm to the hedge funds. Because guess what? Hedge funds have their name because they hedge their positions. So even if they're basically protected both ways the market goes, right? So and look at how the market just dumped down. So the hedge funds aren't even down 2 billion anymore, or whatever the hell the number was, right? Um, so this just like a really manipulative way of TikTok, people getting manipulated, everyone getting manipulated, and I'm just here seeing that, and it just honestly makes me annoyed and mad for the people that don't know what they're doing. And I suggest you learn how to actually trade, right? Um, and that's what I provide in my YouTube channel. I show you how to I show you how I trade and drawing structures, but I don't give any signals, because the signals is not how you learn how to trade. This is a lifelong skill. So if you actually really want to make money long term, right? You want to know why the market moves it does, what's gonna because and how it's gonna move and how it behaves, and you can learn that. And it's not a guess anymore, because you know what there's always conditions that have to be met in order for the stock to go up or down, right? For example, going up, you always need to close a cup. If you want to go down, you always would need an inverse cup, right? Right? Um, so much conditions that have to be met. Then liquidity, right? The market will never move up, right, or down without catching the liquidity, like a inverse um, head and shoulder, right, right. Um, so many things. So there's just so much to know before you just dump in your money, right here, right, um, and just don't know where the market's gonna go, or um, you know, uh, but I will say something like, I believe the previous GME meme run was like it had like 120% short float. This one only had 20%. Realistically, it wasn't. They weren't looking for a big move, right? They weren't, because that's the truth. Um, the short float wasn't the same. It was never gonna be as much as the moves right here, right? You see 120, right? So people knew that. The people that bought in here knew that. So they exited. I guarantee you they exited previous around this level, where right here, because this level was pretty important uh, as a resistance, and they all exited there. And the stock has always been on a downtrend since. Um, for a move like that, you need, again, the same type of interest float you saw previously, which was like a 120%, I believe. But this was just manipulation. And I saw the guy, Roaring Kitty. He probably is the one that spreaded the word, because to spread word like this, you need big influence, and he had that. Um, and that's how they basically finessed you guys. Um, they made millions off of you guys, actually, and they hurt the retail investors more than the institutional, because institutionals are still safe, bro. Look at this. Their shorts are still good. It's gonna still keep heading down. Um, they might have been down 2 billion at one point right here, but guess what? They know it's gonna come back down, or they hedged it, right? They're hedge funds, okay. Um, but I just want to show you the true people that made the money. Entered at May 2nd, May 3rd, and they took the ride all the way up here using you guys, and they dumped all their shares on you guys right here. So yeah, that's why I say just learn how to trade. And I do trade SPY. SPY, as you can see, there's to manipulate a stock like this, you can't, right? Um, the SPY always follows structure, always will act um, in accordance to how it previously has. Uh, always moves up with the 5-day, always moves up with the 20-day, always finishes those cups. So once you really get the understanding, and you can really become a master at one thing, and you can make up to over 100% gains every day just trading SPY options. And yeah, so if you are interested in really knowing how to trade, look for my videos. Look every single day, and see how I trade, right? I don't trade just off telling people me how to trade, right? Or telling me what positions to enter, because the actually funny thing is that's actually how I started. I started at this Stock Twits app, right? And then I would just listen to signals. I would lose all my money, blah 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 blah. So then I was like, no, I actually want, like, listen, bro. I'm not surviving a 9 to 5, okay? I respectfully I would rather die than work a 9 to 5, right? And I think that's most of you guys' thought process now. Like, you just can't work for someone else and just rot away like that, you know? You want to have freedom. You want to be your own boss. You want to wake up at your own time. You want to call it done. Like today, I called it done at 12 p.m., right? Um, you just want to be able to enjoy life, and you don't want to be like in a chain, confined, and you have people that look down upon you, or you have people that don't value you, right? Because when you're in a corporate job, you're not valued one bit, right? They'll lay you off anytime, they'll do whatever, right? And that's why that really got me motivated to actually understand how to trade. And it is a lifelong skill. Like, you can't forget this. The markets have been like this for the past however long it's been created, like I don't even know, 200 years. But yeah, just put your mind to it. If you're really serious about it, then that's the only reason you should be going in the stock market. You shouldn't be there to gamble, because if you gamble, you're just liquidity. You're literally setting yourself up. For example, this was a gamble to enter right here. this was a gamble, this was a gamble, right? Um, and I promise you, I'm pretty sure hedge funds probably shorted this up right here too. Um, and as we went up, they shorted as well because they knew what was gonna happen. Um, so they probably made money off of you guys too. So it's funny. You aren't hurting them. You're just hurting yourself. And if you really want to hurt them, learn how to actually trade, right? Um, so right, if anyone knew that it was gonna pump May 2nd, May 3rd, they could have entered right. I would have entered right here. If I saw this and I knew if the volume started coming in, I would have entered right here, and I would have taken this right up. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Uh, but I only trade one stock, and it's SPY. And um, it's worked out for me. I'm not. I don't need. I just feel bad. Like if it was me, and I was just hurting other people, um, like lose money, I would feel bad. So that's why I just trade SPY, where it's mostly institutions trading. Um, and I feel better about making money on SPY than um, any other stock. Uh, as well as it's not susceptible to like manipulation. You need large amounts of volume to, you know, this. I'm gonna show you the volume in SPY real quick compared to GameStop. See, we crossed 60 million volume today, right? And that's how it is like every day at SPY. So yeah, it's very hard to manipulate SPY, and that's why I've always been safe trading SPY. So you can see this is like, I don't even know, this is like less than a million volume every day, um, and then it just picks up. So um, it is very easy to tell actually when a stock will get pumped, and you can easily tell that by looking at volume, and that's how a lot of people trade, right? They look at like stocks like GameStop, and if they see like the increasing volume, right, then it's easily a telltale sign the stock is gonna get pumped, and that's how a lot of traders trade, right? But that's not really real trading to me. That's more of like you're just in it for the ride up, I guess. Like, you know what I mean? It's just not like it's not like uh it's not a skill at all. You can just have a scanner, right? And you can just look at the stocks that are moving most volumes, right? Compared to previous days, and then you can just what they do is they just enter in those stocks and wait for the stock to pump. That's basically like a pump and dump. Like, yeah, you're a pump and dump trader. You're not a day trader. You're a pump and dump trader. Okay, but what I do is basically only day trading, and that it takes skill, it takes time. It actually takes time. It takes like 3 to 12 months to actually get it, because there's a lot to go through it. How liquidity gets caught, etc. Um, but yeah, how I trade is not based on luck, it's based on skill. How they trade is based on luck, okay? And that's why they have like a profit, like profit win rate, right? Um, with mine, I don't necessarily have a profit win rate, right? If that makes sense, because it's not like I lose, right? Um, um, like taking a trade, or I'm uncertain when taking a trade. Like when I take a trade, I'm certain. Like I'm certain. So yeah, but also I just want to clarify, like you do not want to be listening to TikTok or any other trader that doesn't teach you how to trade. If 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 a person is actual good trader, they'll teach you how to trade instead of trying to sell you signals, etc. Um, and also they'll like I don't believe in um, selling a course per se, right? Because even if you sell the course, like, you're not really trading is more like experience based. So if you don't experience it, you'll never actually learn. So my trading, I will hopefully sell a Discord server access, but I won't sell technically a course. I'll show like my live charting, how I chart, uh, like intraday, like when I'm taking trades, how I chart, how to catch liquidity, and I believe that's actually helping you learn how to trade because you're going through it real time. While as like other like their courses, they're from like old data where you can easily predict. Like, okay, imagine if I'm teaching you about the markets 3 weeks ago and it already happened. So of course, every single method I use will work. Every single, I put that in quotation because the move already happened. So I can just say, oh yeah, there was a gap right here and that's why it moved up, right? Because they can do that. But me, it's gonna be live trading, right? It's not gonna be like a 3 week old like thing that happened where I'm gonna be like, hey, look at this gap, oh my god, we're gonna close this gap, fair value gap, blah 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 blah. So yeah, enter right here, blah, blah, of course. Okay, so I'm not gonna be like that. But of course that's later to come, and I don't know if you guys really want it, but yeah, also, um, daily advice: just surround yourself with knowledgeable people, and not bums. Right? People that have goals, that people that don't want to work on. If you want to escape the 9 to 5, you have to be around with people that want to escape it too, because that means they're just as hungry as you. Um, but yeah, all right, guys, have a great day, and do not buy GameStop. Do not buy GGGI, FFFI, all these meme stocks. Okay, like, you're not learning anything. You're just putting money in and hoping for the best, and that is not how to trade. Yes, you might make temporary money, like 10,000, right? You might make that. Yes, fine, cool, but are you gonna make anything after that? Are you gonna lose everything after that? Like, you know, reinforce good habits, and the good habits will pay you tenfold. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day.